Drink, 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 that's all I seem to think. I put it in my belly and then I spew it down the sink. Act so silly, following everywhere I go. People stop and stare. So now my pals have left me, all on my own, with no one to help me and no money in my phone. So now left here standing, I'm just about to fall. I reach into my pocket and I have a phone call. My mum comes and gets me and takes me to my bed. I wake up the next morning with a really sore head. Sitting in my room, bored out my nut, thinking of all the drink I've drunk, tut tut tut. Hangover started, wish I hadn't partied, get myself together cause I need to get started. That's me, can't drink anymore, I'd rather look caught than have puke in my hair.
Hello, my name is Mick Hydes. I'm the Community Safety Coordinator for the North Lanarkshire area.
The initial 7 Bars project took the form of 3 main stages, in and around Realtime's base at Newart Hill and at a range of venues across North Lanarkshire. Outreach sessions took place in conjunction with Strathclyde Police and Youth Work staff in hotspot areas of New Stevenson and Holytown, whereby crowds of young people on street corners were encouraged to board a specially equipped bus or to go into a community venue to become involved in making music. The second stage involved working with local musicians, some of whom were beginning to form bands, and they received help and support from professional musicians and Realtime staff and volunteers. Thirdly, a variety of primary, secondary and residential school and youth groupings such as Community Learning and Development's Breaking Down Barriers were invited to contribute at a range of locations including shops to learn, write and create music, as well as receive education from police, fire service and health staff members.
Got the money from the Community Safety Partnership, North Lanarkshire's Community Safety Partnership, which is under the alcohol misuse strand. So decided to invent a music project, but I thought it would be very appropriate in the North Lanarkshire area. There's a lot of people out there who would maybe like to be involved in music, but have maybe been distracted through peer pressure and the like. So working in and around the Bales Hill area, which is where Realtime Music are based, it's a fantastic combination because it's a social economy based organisation, and they've got a lot of youth workers that are developing their skills and talents in the studio and in camera work and film production and learning musical instruments and forming bands. It just seemed like a fantastic mixture.
Thinking doesn't have to be your whole drive. The next thing you'll be wishing you had started to have a nap. Because you're here to take a dive.
My name's Ryan Curry and I'm the project manager at Realtime Music.
Drinking doesn't have to be your whole drive. The next thing you'll be wishing you had started.
My role was to manage the project alongside Mick Hydes from Strathclyde Fire and Rescue. Mick and myself kind of just been coordinating all the different aspects because there's been quite a lot of different parts to the project and it's took place over a long period of time. I think 7 Bars is good because you've got 2 choices when you're doing this kind of thing. You can either go in and tell young people like this is drinking's really bad, and look at all the stuff that happens to you and look at all these statistics and that kind of stuff, which is, I think, it's really boring when you're a young person. You're not really going to be interested in that. The other choice is that you can do something that young people are going to enjoy doing, and maybe later down the line that will make them think about stuff. So they're in it doing an activity that they enjoy, but it's got wee elements of thinking about alcohol and thinking about how it affects their life. I think the young people get a whole load of things out of being involved with the project, obviously because there was different parts to the project. The bands got something out of it that was different to what the young people on the streets got out of the project, and the young people involved in the youth, sort of the youth group side of things, got something different out of it. But I think the main thing that everybody gets out of it is the fact that they're participating in something, and they're using their creativity to talk about an issue that you'd maybe previously you would say they wouldn't want to be involved in it. I don't want to talk about that, that's not very cool, that's rubbish, I don't want to do that. But we've packaged it in such a way that they can be creative and still learn about these things. And they all come out with something that they could be proud of, which I think is a dead important thing as well, because almost every song on the CD is a really professional sounding song. Not just the bands, even a lot of the stuff that we did out in the streets, that all sounds great as well. And I think a really important thing that young people get out of it that isn't even up to them is the fact that because they're taking part in these kind of things, the community sees them as having a wee bit of a better reputation, because they don't see them out in the streets as much. I know it's only small groups of people we are working with, but if you do enough of these projects, then I think the community will start to see the young people as not being not having the image that they normally have, which is like causing trouble and getting involved with antisocial behaviour and stuff like that. I think being involved with this gives young people a good name, and it lets them be creative at the same time.
Side involvement, Strathclyde Police involvement with the 7 Bar project was basically to facilitate some evenings along with Strathclyde Fire and Rescue and a few other of our partner agencies with North Lanarkshire Council. It's been a superb event, not only from a community safety side and a crime prevention side of it, but interacting with youngsters as well through the music project. Through the evenings that the 7 Bar project was on, we found that in the Newhill area and the locality, covering that area, that youth disorder was reduced to about 50%. From my side, if I've been a police officer, that's absolutely superb, and it's shown that the project is working. And even when the project workers were out doing street work, it was taking the kids away from the local parks where they might have been hanging out drinking and getting them involved in something else. So it was a great diversion project for it.
I'm an operational firefighter, and my roles can be responding to like house fires, road traffic collisions, and also any water rescue. And we also go across the community giving them fire safety advice. Well, that's involved me sitting in a real-time studio, and what I've been doing, sitting down with the bands and actually telling them a bit about the incidents I attend with drunk people falling asleep and leaving cooking appliances on, causing house fires. So I'm passing on this information to them, and then they're actually putting this down on song. It doesn't matter really if it's the weekend, it could be during the week as well, but quite a lot of the time we're getting called out to people who are actually coming home with a drink in them and then going to make something to eat and falling asleep and leaving the appliances on, creating a house fire.
Hi, my name's Trish Toker. I'm the Development Officer for an organisation called the ADAT, which stands for Alcohol Drug Action Team. The Scottish Government at the moment, certainly in terms of their new policy, their strapline in terms of all this type of activity is looking at better choices and better chances for young people. And this is what this is all about. 7 Bars provides, as far as I'm concerned, and indeed people I work with, young people within our communities, more choice and more chances to keep active, to feel involved and to feel a sense of worth. Also, in terms of the education part, what's really important is that it's not just about keeping young people active and involved, it's about increasing their knowledge and awareness of the risks associated with becoming involved with drink and possibly other drugs. So all in all, I feel it's been a very, very worthwhile project. I know it's evaluated well, and having seen some of the young musicians sort of take part in events recently, I was very impressed by the standard as well. So I'm very much an advocate for the 7 Bars project and indeed projects like it.